Why, Amelia, darling, fancy seeing you here. All alone on Christmas Eve like a poor old bachelor. It really hurts me to see you like this. Alone. Alone in a cafe and on Christmas Eve. I remember once when I was in Paris. There was a wedding breakfast in a restaurant, and the bride sat there reading a comic paper while the bridegroom was playing billiards with the witnesses. My word, I thought, if they start like this, how will they go on? And how will they end? He was playing billiards on his wedding day. And she sat reading a comic paper, you're going to say. But it isn't quite the same. You know what, Amelia? I really think you'd have done better to keep him. Don't you remember I was the first person to say to you, forgive him? Remember? You'd be married now with a home. Do you remember how happy you were with his parents in the country last Christmas? And how you said that a happy home life was what really mattered. And that you'd like to get away from the theater. Yes, Amelia, my dear. Home's best. After the theater. And children, you know. Oh, no, of course you don't. Look what I've bought my little darlings. See this? This is for Lisa. She can roll her eyes and turn her head. And this little pistol is for Maya. Did it frighten you? You thought I was going to shoot you. If you'd wanted to shoot me, I could understand. For getting in your way. I know you can never forget that. Though it really wasn't my fault. You still think I got them to terminate your contract. But I didn't. I didn't. Though you think I did. Well, it's no use my talking. You won't believe me. And these are for my dear husband. I embroidered these tulips myself. I hate tulips, but he will have them on everything. Look what small feet he has. And you should see how daintily he walks. But then you've never seen him in slippers. Look, I'll show you. And then, darling, when he's angry, he stamps his foot like this. Oh, what? Damn those maids! Can they never learn how to make coffee? Oh, God, now the cretins haven't trimmed the lamp. Or there's a draft under the door and his feet are cold. Oh, it's freezing. Can't those confounded idiots ever keep the stove alight? And then he comes home and he can't find his slippers because Marie has hidden them in the chest of drawers. Oh, but it's wicked to sit and make fun of one's husband like this. Oh, he's a darling, actually. A real puppet. He's the kind of husband you ought to have had, Amelia. Why are you laughing? And then you see, I know he's faithful to me. Oh, yes, I know. He told me himself. Why are you giggling? That when I was touring in Norway, that horrid Frederic tried to seduce him. Can you imagine? The impertinence. I'd have scratched her eyes out if she'd shown her face while I was at home. It was a good thing he told me himself. Imagine if I'd heard it through some gossip. But she wasn't the only one, you can be sure. I don't know why it is, but women always go crazy about my husband. They must think he has some pull at the theater because he works in the ministry. Perhaps you've been at him yourself. I was never quite sure about you. Though I know now he was never interested in you. I always felt you bore some grudge against him. Come and have dinner with us this evening, Amelia, to show you aren't cross with us. Aren't cross with me, anyway. I think it's so horrid being bad friends with anyone, especially you. Perhaps it's because I queered your pitch that time? Or I don't know why, really. It's so strange about our friendship. When I first met you, I was afraid of you. So afraid I didn't dare let you out of my sight. Wherever I went, I took care to be near you. I didn't dare become your enemy. So I became your friend. But I always felt so awkward when you came home to us because I could see my husband couldn't stand you. And that I felt uncomfortable as though my clothes didn't fit. I did everything to make him be nice to you, but without success. And then you went off and got engaged. And then you and he became great friends. As though you'd been afraid to show your true feelings while you were uncommitted. And then, what happened next? I didn't become jealous, funnily enough. And I remember when our first baby was christened, and you stood as godmother. I made him kiss you, and he did. Only you got so upset. That is, I didn't think of it at the time. I haven't thought of it since. I haven't thought of it till now. Why are you so silent? You haven't said a word all the time. You just let me sit here talking. You sat there staring at me, winding these thoughts out of me like silk from a cocoon.